In the 12th century, two children appeared in an English village. They came from nowhere. No one recognized them. No one knew their names. And there was something deeply unsettling about them. Their skin was green, not painted, not dirty, green, as if they did not belong in this world. They spoke a strange language, wore unfamiliar clothes, and refused to eat almost everything. For centuries, people have debated who they were: runaway children, foreign travelers, victims of illness, or something far stranger. This is the mystery of the Green Children of Woolpit, one of the strangest stories in medieval history. The village of Woolpit was small, quiet, surrounded by fields. Its name came from wolf pits, deep holes used to trap wolves. Life there was simple, predictable. Nothing extraordinary ever happened. Then one day, everything changed. Villagers working in the fields noticed something unusual. Two children, a boy and a girl, standing near the wolf pits. They looked frightened, confused, lost. At first glance, they appeared to be ordinary children, but then the villagers looked closer. Their skin was green, a pale green, almost plant-like. The children wore strange clothing. The fabric seemed unfamiliar. Their appearance puzzled everyone, but it was their speech that caused the greatest confusion. Nobody could understand them, not a single word. They spoke in a completely unknown language. The villagers tried asking questions. The children stared back, frightened, silent, then answered in strange sounds nobody recognized. Who were they? Where had they come from? No one knew. The children were taken into the village. Food was offered: bread, meat, cheese. They refused everything. They seemed terrified. Days passed. The children still refused to eat. Then they saw something: fresh beans. The children rushed toward them and began eating immediately. Only beans, nothing else. For weeks, they survived almost entirely on beans. This strange behavior only deepened the mystery. The villagers continued trying to communicate. Slowly, the children learned English, bit by bit, word by word. Eventually, the girl became able to tell their story, and her explanation was astonishing. She claimed they came from a place called St. Martin's Land, a place where everyone had green skin, a place where the sun never fully shined, a land of perpetual twilight. There was no bright daylight, only dim light. The girl said there was another luminous country visible in the distance, separated by a river. The description sounded impossible, like another world or another dimension. The villagers listened in disbelief. Then the girl explained how they arrived. She and her brother had been tending their father's cattle. Suddenly, they heard a loud noise like bells, church bells. They followed the sound. Then everything changed. They entered a cave, walked through darkness, and emerged near the wolf pits in England, far from home. The story made no sense, yet the children insisted it was true. Then another tragedy struck. The boy became ill and died. The girl survived. As time passed, her green skin slowly faded. Eventually, she appeared completely normal. She adapted to English life, learned the language, and later married. Yet the mystery never disappeared, because no one could explain where the children had come from. Theories quickly emerged. The first was simple. Perhaps the children were ordinary foreigners. In medieval England, people rarely encountered individuals from distant lands. Unfamiliar clothing and language could seem extraordinary. Some historians suggest they may have been Flemish children, immigrants from present-day Belgium. At the time, political violence had displaced many Flemish communities. Orphan children could have wandered into unfamiliar territory. Their language would have sounded strange, their clothing unusual. The theory seems reasonable, but there is a problem. It does not explain the green skin. Then came another explanation: malnutrition. A condition called hypochromic anemia can sometimes create a greenish tint in the skin. If the children had been starving, their appearance might have seemed unusual. This theory gained support because the children initially refused food. Perhaps they had already suffered severe malnutrition. Perhaps their color faded because they began eating properly. Again, a reasonable explanation. Yet it leaves questions. Why did they speak an unknown language? Why did they tell such an extraordinary story? Then came another possibility: medieval imagination. The account itself comes from chroniclers, writers who lived centuries ago. Stories changed as they were retold. Details may have been exaggerated. Perhaps the children were real, but the green skin and mysterious land became more dramatic over time. This happens frequently in folklore. Stories evolve, legends grow, reality becomes myth. Yet even this explanation feels incomplete, because two separate medieval writers recorded the story. Both described green-skinned children. Both described St. Martin's Land. Both preserved remarkably similar details. The mystery endured. Then came the strangest theories of all. Some believe the children came from another dimension, a parallel world, a hidden realm existing beside our own. Others suggest they were extraterrestrials, visitors from somewhere beyond Earth. A few even propose they entered through a portal, a doorway between worlds. There is no evidence for any of these ideas. Yet they remain popular, because the story itself feels impossible. A dim world, green people, a cave, and sudden transportation to another land. It sounds less like history and more like science fiction. Then there is another fascinating possibility. Perhaps the story is symbolic. Medieval Europe was filled with tales of mysterious children, fairies, hidden kingdoms, underground worlds. The green children may represent ancient folklore, a story about outsiders, about the unknown, about encountering people who seem entirely different. The mystery survives because it sits between history and legend. There are names, locations, chroniclers, real places, yet the details feel dreamlike, almost unreal. More than 800 years have passed. The village of Woolpit still exists. The wolf pits are gone. The children are long dead. But their story remains. Two frightened children, green skin, an unknown language, a mysterious land without sunlight, and a journey through darkness. Perhaps they were lost immigrants. Perhaps they suffered illness. Perhaps history transformed reality into myth. Or perhaps two children truly emerged from somewhere impossible, somewhere beyond the boundaries of the known world. Because the greatest mystery of the Green Children of Woolpit is not why their skin was green. It is the place they claim to call home, a land of twilight, a hidden country, a world no one has ever found. And one haunting question remains. If St. Martin's Land never existed, then where did the green children really come from?